Puli was renowned for its water quality during the Japanese colonial era and soon became a center for producing handmade paper.
But automation and high labor costs threaten the industry. Currently, only 6 factories still produce handmade paper, down from a peak of 50. But the few that remain are committed to keeping this important cultural heritage alive. We give you our Sunday in-depth report.
From top to bottom, this master uses a bamboo screen to begin fashioning the piece of paper. In fewer than 10 seconds, a piece as thin as a strand of silk is produced. This is a traditional paper factory in Puli, one of just 6 in Taiwan that makes paper by hand. It's also the workplace for this national treasure, a local paper maker.
You can see the master shape each sheet by hand. And here we take a closer look at how the paper is made. First, the pulp is put on this bamboo screen, with the master using 2 hands to make sure the fibers become interwoven and the water disperses evenly. Then each piece of paper can be stacked without sticking together.
Puli's water quality was praised during the Japanese colonial era. It was considered suitable for the production of high-quality, handmade washi paper. In 1935, the Japanese built Puli's island bridge and worker residences so production could begin.
Puli has many geographic advantages. It's a basin, which means there isn't much outside wind to blow in. The plant operations are open. If there's a strong wind, the master cannot produce this paper.
Until the end of Japanese control, the economy developed and there was great domestic demand for paper. Puli's paper industry grew rapidly. From around 1971, it not only supplied the domestic market, but also exported to Japan and Korea, often failing to meet demand. At its peak, there were 50 paper factories in Puli. But times changed, and higher labor costs and automation became major challenges. Today, only 6 factories in the area produce handmade paper.
This is a very special and rare industry which should be preserved. Paper is one of the original materials the culture is dependent upon, but survival is a struggle. We may not be able to reach agreement with other industries on how the paper should be used and the standards it should have. Actually, we don't use this type of paper in daily life.
This master paper maker is involved in each step of the process, from cooking the material, rinsing, producing pulp, pressing the paper, and drying it. The paper making process is definitely associated with fire and water.
The paper maker's metal plate is heated to a temperature of between 90 and 100 degrees. Steam is used to indirectly heat the paper, so it doesn't matter how long the paper is placed on the plate, it won't scorch or turn yellow.
Hong Huan Zhang is the 2nd generation of his family to work in this industry. He has watched Puli's paper industry change and factories close, but he is not pessimistic. He simply believes the industry must take on a new direction.
A very important concept is to guide this product and not be content focusing on the range of its use. It should become more of an artistic process.
Huang opened his factory to visitors in 1996, allowing them to participate in DIY papermaking. He believes if more people understand the papermaking process, they will develop a greater interest and seek uses for the paper. Last year, Huang substituted food products for traditional materials.
I think an important direction to pursue is edible paper. First, we can solve the problem of large farm surpluses. Second, we can use farm products with inferior size, color, and shape because we only use the fiber to make this attractive and useful paper. Finally, we can extend the useful life of the agricultural products.
thin sheet of paper not only bears thousands of years of Chinese history, but also is a record of the rise and fall of a local industry. But if people in Puli remain passionate about handmade paper, the industry will never disappear.